Hi, this is Megan Falcone.
Hi, this is Josh Brenner.
And Seth Brenner.
And Melody.
Yay!
We have a guest!
This is so exciting!
We have a guest. That's a surprise for the audio listeners. The video watchers have already found that out.
It was established.
Because Melody's on camera. Hi, Melody!
First video guest.
First non-blood relative guest.
Also a first. Lots of firsts.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go back to season 1 where we had Josh and Seth's parents on the podcast. But we have Melody today, and the reason we have Melody is because I think that you are the only person at this table who's a female who's been on the apps.
I'm sorry, you can't confirm that?
Well, yeah, I guess I can confirm
There
that.
are many questions there.
Can we take a minute to talk about cocktails at
Oh,
this
yeah.
at
Also
this
a
episode?
first.
Yes.
Cheers, everybody. I offered mimosas this morning, and we don't have orange juice. So we're having pomegranate blueberry juice mimosas.
Yeah, they're great.
They're
Mimosas.
So good.
Really solid.
We're all talking louder than we ever have before, that's for sure.
But enough about us. Let's talk about Melody. Melody, introduce yourself to the podcast.
Okay, my name is Melody. Professionally, I do a meme account on Instagram called Nuggets.
What does that
Tell
mean?
us everything.
And Nugget's massive, right? I mean, Nugget's not like a little thing here.
It has 10 million followers, over 10
Oh my
million.
gosh.
This is a big deal.
That's almost as many listeners as we have.
Almost.
I'm pretty much behind the scenes. No one knows who I am personally, but it's really fun. We post memes. We sell brand partnerships is how we monetize it. A lot of people are like, how do you make money with memes? I'm like, you really don't. You just have brand partnerships.
That's so cool.
Do you have a favorite meme or two that you would like to tell us about?
Meme that you're particularly proud of?
So I'm more of a curator. I don't really create the content.
I see, okay.
Unless a brand will ask me. Like, I just did a bunch of memes for CeraVe.
That's why your skin is so amazing. Did they give you free product?
No, but they gave me money.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
So you could buy their product if you wanted to.
Or a better one if you wanted to.
Oh, wow, you take CeraVe money and you go and get Cetaphil?
I think Cetaphil is definitely a step down.
It was the only other product I could think of.
So that's what you do for work. So in your personal life,
So personally, I'm a mom. That's a big part of my life. I have a 2-year-old, a little boy. So it takes up a lot of my time.
well, relevant to no one in the world but our audiences, do you speak multiple languages?
I don't. Yeah, we already talked about this. I really don't.
So, well, maybe that's a great. How do you know Seth?
Do you want to tell this story?
Please, hold nothing back here.
I don't know how you guys know each other.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I know nothing.
Yeah.
I just know that Melody came over and is very nice.
Seth and I met on Bumble.
Okay. Okay. Well, by the
wait.
way, point for Bumble because
Much
this is-
finer quality.
So far, the
human
best
than
result
we-
we've seen in Bumble.
You two have been going after Bumble for a year now. And listen, there's definitely some drawbacks to it, but here we are.
I heard it's better for women than it is for men.
So what was your opening line? Do you remember to Seth, or is it?
I
wait.
just say hi to
You just-
everyone.
oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
it's very low effort.
So you swiped right on this.
Why, Melody?
What? That's a great question. Do you remember? I don't know how. Was this a long time ago?
No, it was
It wasn't that long.
close to a year.
September?
So, okay.
August or September.
Yeah, it was definitely last
Okay.
summer.
Okay, last summer. Are you a generous right swiper? If I not to pry, but do you find that you're a generous right swiper? No, you have a discerning.
Discerning is the right
So-
adjective. Yes.
Okay, so what caught your eye about
Okay,
Seth?
yeah.
He seemed cute.
Yeah.
Undeniably, undeniably.
Go on.
I'm so sorry we've placed you so close together for this moment.
Yeah, I guess should we ask the question? Are you guys in a relationship?
Actually, probably, yeah. No, we are safely in the friend zone.
Okay, you're friends.
Safely in the friend zone.
Okay.
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 Easily.
No spoilies, Seth. So he was cute. Then what happened?
Josh asked the question.
Well, I don't know what to. Listen, frankly, I'm at sea. We've never done this before.
We're yelling
very
so
nervous.
loudly because we've had so much
Oh yeah,
champagne.
I'm putting the microphone closer to Melody
Yeah,
because we're all
she's
yelling.
speaking at a normal volume. Did you see that he was a doctor?
Yes.
How
And
did
he-
you feel about that?
He was like wearing scrubs.
In a picture, he's wearing
Yeah.
scrubs.
Which
Huh.
one was it?
I don't know. You were just sitting down wearing scrubs.
Oh,
You have the
yes.
one with the
I
cap
have
on?
the
Yeah, you had a
surgical
cap.
the selfie at the desk. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay,
So I
yeah.
was like, I could tell he was A doctor.
I
think
could have been a
you-
nurse.
I don't know. I think you said something in your profile.
Oh, he
question.
definitely
There's no
said,
question.
I'm a doctor,
No,
doctor
it
says, doctor,
says,
doctor.
Occupation, I just put MD.
Mhm.
MD.
Yeah, I mean, that's a doctor.
Yes, that's a doctor. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't trick her.
This is why it didn't work out.
She's just too smart for you.
Way
for
too
sure.
intelligent.
And what did you see when you saw Melody's picture? When you saw that come in, were you so excited?
This is a good match. This is someone I would very much be interested in seeing, if we can.
So your initial sparkometer very high.
Very high.
Do you take notes when you're having a match and going like, oh, I'm more excited about that, so that you know what to invest time in?
No, you keep there in the queue, and you know which ones.
But you can't arrange them, I'm saying.
No, but that would be an
By-
amazing
That would be a
feature.
great-
That would be a
preference.
phenomenal feature.
Oh, if it was
Yeah.
like ranked choice, like with the sororities
Yeah,
or residency
but-
match.
Resident matches, which just happened
'Cause
recently.
Are you matching with as many people? Are you like, we went through Seth's phone once and it's like a full-time job to have these conversations. Is that happening?
So that's why I only have one app.
Smart.
Very responsible.
Because there's
Well, she doesn't have a podcast to do.
Just a 2 year.
Details.
So you're only Bumble.
Yes.
How much time per day are you devoting to the apps?
Not that much time.
She's
So you're a
perfect.
fully realized person with a life.
Yeah.
Interesting. So another first for the podcast.
Would you guys feel comfortable describing did you guys go from texting to a in-person hang? Or
Yeah.
is this the first time you've met in person?
Yes, this is it. No, we went on a date pretty quickly after we met.
It was like AOC.
Yeah, we went to AOC in Beverly Hills.
Who picked the location?
I did.
I don't know if you listened to the podcast, but Seth has gone on other dates at AOC.
Oh, was it because of me?
And it sounds like, I was going to say, it sounds like he may have stolen the location from your initial
First
date.
of all,
which
no.
makes me uncomfortable, frankly.
No.
I think it's high praise. That was so fun. I want to recreate that.
I hate to burst everybody's bubble here.
Okay.
There's another AOC, which is like 5 minutes from my sublet in Brentwood. And I'd been to that one. I think that was the first time I actually been to the one in Beverly Hills.
Now, you have a slight accent, Melody. Where are you from?
I'm from Arkansas.
You live in LA.
Since 2018.
How do you like it?
I love LA.
Are you a West Sider like he is?
I live in Beverly Hills.
And what brought you to LA?
Work.
Oh.
And weather.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different than Alabama.
Arkansas.
Is it? I don't know.
He's such a good
Seth!
listener. Did you find that one of the things you were struck by when you met Seth is what an incredible listener he is?
First of all, she's saved in my phone as Melody, Arkansas. I know where she's from.
Okay.
That's
it was
true.
a joke.
So you were just
so
keeping
it's
us all on our toes, or?
Sarcastic that the weather from Alabama is different than the weather in LA.
But
Alabama.
she's
She's
from
from Arkansas.
That's the problem here. Is I said Alabama, and I still didn't remember it.
All right, so Melody, where did things go wrong on this date? So you guys meet at AOC.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you remember what you guys were wearing?
Black dress for sure.
No.
Huh?
Oh.
It was like a black jumpsuit.
Okay.
Yeah.
but
I love a
close.
jumpsuit.
And a denim jacket.
I think it was a denim jacket. You have a good memory.
We've never had him fact checked before. This is fascinating. We have to just trust what he tells us.
And
but-
that was pretty good.
and that was
That was
pretty,
pretty good.
good. Pretty good.
Thank you. And thank you.
And I think he was just wearing a t-shirt.
No
Very-
pants?
Do you happen to remember?
And pants.
Do you happen to remember anything about his footwear?
No, I don't think.
I can tell you what I was wearing. I was wearing-
What were you wearing?
Of course I was wearing my boots.
Yes. Melody, how tall are you?
5'8".
Yeah.
When you saw Seth for the first time, did you think he was shorter than his profile suggested?
No.
Oh,
Thank you.
really?
Wow.
Thank you.
This is a really nice person.
Okay, so how did the date progress?
Really good day. It was really fun.
It was fun.
You got a flight. You got the little flight thingy, I think.
Yeah, I had a glass of
Everyone's
wine.
getting the flights
And then
at
I had a
AOC.
flight.
Yeah.
It was like a rosé flight. It
Yeah, that
was-
sounds right. That sounds right.
Great. And what'd you drink?
I just had a glass or two, and I think maybe tried some of the flight.
Mhm.
Okay.
We
Oh.
shared the flight.
How did you feel about him trying some of your flight?
That's fun.
You didn't-
Actually, that's a good question, though. Let's say you were on a date and you do get a glass of wine and the guy wants to try it. If you're not into this guy at all, would you let him try your drink?
Yeah.
You still would.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not
It's no reflection on you. It's purely a reflection on how generous she is as a human.
probably, but 100% if it's on me
Yeah.
and I'm not into this person, I'm sort of a germaphobe.
Oh, you
you
won't
would
share.
have you said that on a date before?
I don't think so, but I definitely would. If I was not into this person at all, I think that would be a no-go.
I don't want to name drop or anything, but I was once sitting across from Hugh Jackman at a dinner, and I was having an old-fashioned, and he asked me what I was drinking, and I said, it's an old-fashioned, and he goes, what's that? And before I had words out of my mouth, he reached across and took a sip of my old-fashioned. Now, I am a bit of a germaphobe.
A bit?
And didn't know what to do in this situation.
You didn't tell him to keep it? Keep it. I'll get another one.
No, because he put it right back down in front of me. But about Melody.
Yeah. How did the date progress and end? Did you guys feel like there was something there in the future? Did you know right away it was going to be friends?
How did you friend zone him so
Yeah,
successfully?
just total Heisman right into the friend zone.
I mean, we had really good friend chemistry
Mhm.
during the date.
Agreed.
Maybe Seth and I should leave so that you guys
We
can
can
have a
get
real
into it.
conversation.
I want to say, I don't think anything you say will hurt Seth's feelings.
Not
because
possible.
I've said it all. But what was it, and you can be honest, were you...
Or you can lie.
So what made you feel like it was a friend zone? Was it the conversation? Was it just sort of the spark? And how quickly did you know? Or are you still figuring it out? Like, could this be a thing?
Did you feel like I
Because
really
just so
need to see him on a podcast before I know if he's relationship material?
You knew he wasn't right away.
We need to figure out if we were already doing the podcast by the time we must have been. We must have already been
I
recording the
didn't know
podcast.
about the podcast.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
We must have
I
already.
don't know if we'd started it
Did
yet.
you
We
look
must
him
have.
up?
Mm-mm.
Never. Okay.
Will you look up a guy after you match with him and transition to maybe going out with him? Will you try to do some sort of background check or some sort of research on him
Sometimes.
based on what?
If you get a creepy vibe.
Just about natural curiosity.
Yeah, if you're interested.
Could that skew you one way or the other? Like if you found
Oh, yeah.
a past history of maybe an arrest or whatever, you're like way more interested at that point.
Or if they have a podcast about dating. Is that a green flag?
So there are ways that you can check.
What do you
There's
think?
an app called Mr. Numbers.
Oh.
You put their number in, and it will say some information about that number.
Oh,
Really?
this is-
We don't know this.
This is great news.
What does Seth's number say?
And how do I change my number?
It's called,
So I
it's,
think,
it's called Mr. Numbers?
yeah, Mr. Numbers.
Mr. Numbers. Okay, this is great to know.
Mm-hmm.
And you just type in the phone number and it gives you if there are any like red flag,
Mhm.
background checky kind of
do you
thing.
have
It's
this app?
self-reported from other women?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, we're
So
gonna-
it's like Yelp
Can you?
for men.
You need to download. You need to download this app and put my number in later.
and see what comes up.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
scared. Did you Mr. Numbers him?
I don't think so. I don't think I did.
He's a
I'm
doctor.
safe.
You're not going to be on there.
Is it only negative stuff that's on there?
Usually, yeah.
Great abs. Also, grand larceny.
Okay, so back to your all's date.
First of all, I would like to thank you for a nice date.
Thank you.
Oh,
That
guys.
was
No, no,
really
no.
nice.
What a great moment.
It's just a
Yeah.
good soul. It was fun. We had a good time. Yeah.
And then did you guys text afterwards, or how did you let him down gently?
No, we texted, and then we just started hanging out as friends.
It just was natural.
Mhm.
I wish this could happen more often. You meet some wonderful people out there. You're just not interested in dating them. And if they're also not interested in dating you, it can absolutely progress to a really good friendship.
And you seem like you're incredibly nice, and he just texted and you felt bad for him. And so,
She was like, that guy's so lonely.
yeah. But do you view your current friendship as an act of charity? And if so, either way, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
No, so I could tell Seth was a good person, and
Wow.
He is a
he
good
was saying he was kind of new to LA, and I'm always getting invited to events, and I was like, you want to come to these events?
Yeah, she's
with
driving
me?
me to these amazing things. It's been great. And I actually introduced her to some of my friends.
Wow.
Wow.
Crazy.
I hope it's not us, because we're a little bit disappointed. I will say, Seth, in general, we really question your taste in women.
Thank you.
And we don't have a lot of high hopes for you. But
Sure.
meeting Melody has really given me a sense of hope. And I mean,
I want to agree with you.
yeah.
It's just that she sniffed it out so quickly.
Yeah.
That's my concern. Because, I mean, we would end the podcast in a second
We
for
would
someone
love
like
it.
that.
I
I mean, that
would.
would be the dream. So you go to a lot of events, you said, and sometimes Seth weasels his way into being a plus one.
Sounds right.
Is it nice to have like a buddy to go to some of your professional
For
work
sure.
stuff with?
I have a lot of my friends are in relationships. I don't have like a lot of single friends.
Gotcha.
Even tonight, I invited Seth to an event that's just for singles.
Oh, wow.
What is that?
It's a new dating app that just came out, and they're having some kind of event, and they want singles to go.
Wait, is this happen? Are you going?
Hell yeah, I'm going.
Why is there so many finger guns? I have another question. You have an adorable 2-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
How is it being single and dating with a kid in LA in 2024?
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Because my schedule doesn't really fit a really good dating schedule. I can't drop everything and just go on a date on a whim.
Yeah.
So
Right.
That makes it a lot more challenging.
Sitters and bedtimes and all these
Yeah,
kinds of things.
exactly.
I understand a lot about kids. I just totally get it.
And when you meet a guy, how much are you thinking about your compatibility with him and also your compatibility as a family with him?
Oh, so for right now, I am trying to match with people who, I guess it's called dating with intention. Like, you want to kind of date, keeping in mind that you want to be with a potential partner that could be a family unit with you. So I do think about things like that.
I tend to date without intention.
We've noticed.
It's the alt title of the podcast. Does your profile say that you have a son? Yeah, it does.
Oh, for sure.
By the way, very much appreciated.
For you, when you see that somebody has a kid, does that change how you go into dating them?
It definitely has a different vibe. Not that you're more or less interested one way or the other. It's just you have to take that into account.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Are there like 3 things that when you see a profile, you're like, that's a yes? And are there 3 things that when you see a profile, you're like, that's a no?
So on Bumble specifically, you can tell a lot about a person from their profile.
Yeah.
I don't even think Seth even had his profile filled out completely.
No, mine's pretty nothing too detailed on there for sure.
Which is fine. Like, I'm fine with ambiguous, but some people aren't. Like, a lot of people on the apps are like, what is it? Ethical non-monogamous.
Oh, jeez.
There's a lot of
Oh.
those. So that would be automatic.
That's a red flag.
No, and it's not a red flag. Maybe someone's into that, but not me. Some people just straight up say they just want a casual relationship, and that will automatically
How does that
be-
work for them?
Also, you can just tell, like, an ick for me would just be like, I hate it when guys say fluent in sarcasm.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
a lot of guys
so
say that.
That's
gross.
a common phrase?
Mhm.
Fluent in sarcasm.
And they think it's positive?
Right.
Weird.
It's because they don't understand women. Like, women don't want to.
Well, yeah, men don't
Yeah.
understand women, of course.
Yes.
That's why
that's
we're
not
here.
someone I want to go on a date with.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it sounds like those guys really understand women.
Because guys think, like, women are like guys. They want, like, oh, I'm sarcastic with my guy friends, so a woman's going to like that. And we don't want to be
Weird.
picked on like that.
Would you say that the prompts and reading about a guy are more important than the actual pictures, or is it a combination, or is it more? Or
It's
is it...
definitely a combination.
Okay.
What percentage of people do you match with that you have not read their profile?
I pretty much try to read through. I would say 10%.
Seth?
0.
Seth? So what are your yeses? When you see it on a profile, you're like, I'm interested.
I like people who say they're family oriented. They want a relationship. I'll usually that's something I'm into.
That's so interesting to be on a relationship app and want a
You've
relationship.
got a lot of kinks lately.
Also, I look at what they do for a living, making sure they have a job.
Employed.
Yeah.
In a general sense, are you enjoying dating in LA? Do you like the people you've met? Do you have horror stories? What's your honest review?
I would say, for the most part, I meet really great people like Seth.
We had no idea how Seth presents himself out there. This is like real. You're really like making Seth look better than we ever would.
This is a success story.
Yeah,
This is as good as
true.
this is as close as we're getting here, folks.
We'll take it.
So for the most part, nice people like Seth.
Yeah, there are. like a few weeks ago, I had an experience where I took a guy to a bar where I'm a regular at. I know the bartenders. They always hook me and my date up with drinks. And he just didn't tip very well. My friend that works bar, she texted me after. She's like, he left a 4% tip. Even after all the free drinks. I was like, well,
no.
I'm not going to hang out with that guy again. So that would definitely be a deal breaker for me as
Oh,
well.
God.
Ooh.
Have you had any successful-ish relationships from the apps?
Oh yeah, we didn't even ask. Are you seeing?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna try to not be so direct, but
Yeah.
I'm seeing someone. It's still in the new, like, we've only been on a few dates.
What?
But, yeah.
oh no, poor Seth.
From Bumble?
Yeah, from Bumble.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
Well, this gives us a lot of hope.
I don't want to put you
I'm
on
buzzed.
the spot. I was gonna ask if you would tell us what was successful about it in the very early stages, but I don't want to ask you that because that's too.
We'll have to bring her back in a couple weeks.
Well, is there anything you would say?
that Seth could learn.
Yeah, I guess that is our question. Do you have tips for Seth that would be helpful?
Not 4% tips. Good tips.
Yeah.
Well, I would say this. I think that who you're looking for, because you have a pretty fulfilled life, which you're really happy with. I would say don't look for someone that's 100% match for you.
Oh.
I would say go for 80%.
80%.
Yeah.
80. Lower the bar.
Yeah. No,
Not
for sure.
not lower
No,
the
it's
bar.
But I'm not saying like go with anything that's going to be a non-negotiable for you.
Sure.
or, your morals or values against that, but they're not going to be perfect.
They're not going to be perfect, Seth.
Exactly. I've said this many times. I'm not looking for perfection, but I am looking for perfect for me.
But I think that's too much. I think the
That's
point
what Melody is saying.
I think
is,
the point
Okay.
is that a lot of women and men are looking for relationships because they're not happy in their lives, and this relationship gives a degree of happiness. You're so happy in your life.
Right.
What you need is a partner who maybe is not
Brings me down to 80% happiness.
No.
That's what I'm hearing.
No.
That's what I'm hearing.
I'm hearing you could stretch a little and make room in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even change some things about your life because of what you're gaining in interacting with someone who is not
It's
exactly.
been such a long time since you've had a fulfilling long-term relationship. You don't even know what it is that a long-term relationship will give you. Yes, maybe you golf slightly less, but you wake up in the morning next to someone who knows your hopes and your dreams for your life, and that's
Unfortunately, both of those were bad for him. The golf less and the waking up next to him, both were bad for him.
Really, that's
when we have a guest, you're our very first guest, but I think we won't do a relationship corner. So
Thank God.
now Seth is very happy, but to make you just a little bit unhappy, the final question for I think all guests should be whether you feel Seth should touch more.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
What's your feeling on touch and Seth's amount of touch? And
Oh, no.
Seth and I had a fair amount of touch.
you did.
Oh, really?
We're gonna leave it at that.
It was fine.
We're gonna leave it
It
at
was
that.
just fine.
Seth initiated touch?
Again, we're gonna leave it.
Wow.
We're gonna leave it right there.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. So many questions, so many social faux pas I want to make.
Let's go into a broader sense
Okay.
referring to this question.
Let's say on Mr. Numbers, it wasn't just about this person has a rap sheet, but it was just more of a Yelp style
A review.
a review.
Parking
Would-
is good.
Yeah, good ambiance, this kind of thing. What would be your review for the Seth dating experience?
We're gonna pump the brakes here.
We're gonna pump the brakes? I don't mean in a general sense. I'm not looking for specifics. I mean, if you wanted to get into specifics, you could.
This is Beth. Relationship corner. So that was too fun, and I don't want to cut any of it. So if you'll give us just like a fast story about your week or your dating, so that
Okay.
we
I
can
wish
hear.
we were doing a Melody story because I feel like there's so much more hope there.
Should we, Melody? Do you have a date?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you, Melody.
Yeah, let's just focus on
Okay, so in the comfortable, uncomfortable, touching vein,
Uh huh.
we've got something to dissect here.
Okay.
Okay.
I met a woman on Hinge. Really good match.
Okay.
Lawyer. Lives on the West Side. Independent. What?
Does her profile say independent?
I'm giving you an adjective.
But why? I guess is what I'm wondering.
I don't
He
know.
wants us to know she doesn't live with her mom and dad anymore.
Oh, okay. Good.
Unlike me. Easy messaging, easy set up a date. We went out within a couple of days of matching.
Wait, just a quick check-in. How are people's mimosas? Are we drinking them enough?
Mine was full at the beginning, so
I'm so buzzed.
I'm going right to bed after this record. I can't wait.
It is shocking that we never thought to put alcohol on the podcast. And...
It's great.
So we meet up. We meet for happy hour right after she gets off work.
AOC.
We did not go to AOC. We went to El Mercado, which is an awesome spot.
El Mercado.
In Santa Monica. Things were fine. Had a couple drinks.
Wait, you're breathing too fast.
Well-
Sparkometer, what's she wearing?
Business suit. She came straight from work.
Okay.
Looked good though. Very put together, despite being at work. Like 10-hour day or whatever. She got a stressful job.
If you had to put a number on the spark.
4-1.
Okay.
Is it hard for you to put a number on the spark in front of a person that you've sparkometered with before?
No, she broke the sparkometer, so it's like you can't. There's nothing to compare to, anyways.
Melody, how do you decide what to wear to a date?
I guess it depends on what we're doing.
What line are you trying to
look
strike?
attractive, but
Yeah.
not too casual usually.
Okay.
Black jumpsuit, jean jacket. I remember.
Perfect.
I remembered.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Woo pig.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
It's my school.
Woo pig? That's a great school name.
That's a
good.
Razorbacks thing?
Razorbacks. Woo
Oh,
pig. Yeah.
okay.
It's called the Hog Call.
It's not the name of the school.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I just was gonna. It's like a
Roll
chant.
Tide.
It's a roll
Woo
tide.
Send
Pig.
to Alabama.
Alabama.
Where Melody is from.
Right.
So
So it's a low fours situation.
low fours, but I'm not into it.
Oh, immediately.
Oh.
I'm not into it.
Wait. How does the low fours become not into it? The conversation or?
Yeah, it just wasn't. It just wasn't vibing. It didn't happen.
Immediately you know, or how deep into the date when you know?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
I mean, at first attractive but very stoic. Not the biggest personality. It just wasn't vibing. It was fine, but it wasn't like anything amazing.
Melody, thoughts?
No thoughts.
No thought.
Okay.
No notes. No
Question. If you're not into something in the first 30 minutes, how quickly do you extricate yourself from the situation?
I still try to make it work. Through
Oh.
yeah.
You're so nice.
And why do you try and make it work? I
Because
could see something in
No,
this
it's
person.
because I go into dates without expectations.
That's so healthy.
Oh, that's a big one.
So do you less frequently have this thing where you're not into it right away because you're just sort of unraveling it as you go?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Good advice going forward. Maybe soften the expectations a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
it seems to be a theme that we're hearing. Don't let perfect be the enemy of the good. Don't have your expectations be all the way so that you can actually meet someone where they're at and experience a person as they are.
Okay, but you were with this stoic woman.
There's this stoic woman
Who was not approaching 80%. She was in the
Low
20,
30s.
30s.
Oh no, not even that high.
Oh, she's in the teens.
Oh, you're just out. You just
Okay,
know.
wow.
Okay.
All right. So
out.
Okay.
But apparently she was in the 80th percentile in reverse in
Oh, she's liking what she's saying.
liking
Okay.
what she's saying. And I do get a hand on the leg.
Oh.
Not ooh. This made me very uncomfortable.
Oh,
Okay.
woo pig.
Woo pig.
Ah.
Melody, how frequently are you making the first physical move?
Ooh, good
Never.
question. Oh,
Never.
I do believe in masculine and feminine energy, and I feel like that's like something I want to be pursued as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm never gonna make the first move.
Will
That's
you
interesting.
give signals, nonverbals or something
Yes.
to indicate that you are open
Yes.
to that?
What are they? And Seth, get a pen.
Yeah, what is a nonverbal that you would give to a guy that you are interested in moving things forward?
So I'm gonna do eye contact. I'm gonna do smiling. I'm gonna do compliments.
If you are not doing those, sending out those nonverbals, and a guy did touch your arm in a way that made you feel uncomfortable, or did put your hand on the small of your back, how would you respond to that?
So I'm going to be semi-okay with it because I'm not like put off that much by physical touch.
Okay.
But I'm also going to probably exit myself from that situation.
Similar and related. Let me go first.
I don't think you should, but okay.
Okay. What if a guy doesn't do that, and you're really vibing him, and he doesn't do any physical touch. Maybe you're on date 2, no physical touch. What do you think about it then?
That he's probably not into me.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Now you can
Oh,
go.
it's just such a needle to thread. I was going to ask, are there negative nonverbals that you're offering if you don't want somebody, not necessarily just touch, but are you cueing to them that this is not heading that direction?
I think so. So I'm obviously not going to do the flirting that I just described to you. I'm not going to sit as close to them.
Okay.
Again, I'm so sorry for how closely we've placed you to Seth.
I have sat here with my hands on my lap the entire time. Thank you very much.
Okay, so she's touching you.
So she got a hand on the leg.
Yeah.
Then I get a shoulder.
Okay.
Then I
wow.
get a little of the neck.
And you're feeling uncomfortable.
And I'm trying to do a little bit of a scoot over as well.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I'm trying to get the arm up here.
How many guys you think would just be like, all right, it's tonight only, and you won't do that, but how many guys do you think do that?
I think it's probably a very high percentage of guys.
So this feels like it could be a fantasy suites or fantasy
There's
suites adjacent situation.
if nothing else, there's going to be a honk honk situation
Uh-huh.
happening.
Melody,
here.
in case you don't know, honk honk is what happens when Seth makes mouth-to-mouth contact with a date. All right, so you're not feeling it.
Not feeling
Not
it.
feeling the feels.
Not fitting into it, and I'm getting very uncomfortable. And I'm not going to say that this is a Me Too moment for Seth. That is not even.
I'm glad you're not going to say that, Seth.
I think it followed that instinct.
But I don't want to be there. I don't want to be a part of the situation. Now I have to extricate myself, and I don't want to hurt this woman's feelings at the same time.
Okay.
But she is inappropriately touching me, and it is making me uncomfortable.
Okay. What did you do to let her know that it wasn't okay with you?
It's getting late. I've had a good time.
But before that,
Yeah.
when it's starting,
Nothing. I sat there and I took it.
Do you feel like Seth gives confusing signs, or you feel like he gives clear signs? We don't have any idea what he's like out there.
No, I think he gives clear signs.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
all right, so you start checking the watch. It's getting late, or yawning and stretching.
Yeah, I tell the bartender, "Give me the check."
Okay.
Now, as soon as I do this, I'm wondering, man, is she thinking I'm getting the check so we're getting out of here?
Of course. Would you
Oh,
think that?
right.
No.
No.
Okay. She valeted. I Ubered. As soon as she hands the valet ticket to the guy, I'm like, this has been great. I'm gonna walk home tonight. Give her a hug, and she's like, "That's it?"
Oh,
And
no.
I was like, "Yeah, that's. It's so nice to meet you."
Wait, do you know anything about her life? Is she in a vulnerable moment? Like, what is making her reach out to you so desperately?
It sounds like maybe she just was looking to hook up and
maybe.
then didn't get the go ahead and was
Yeah,
bumped.
she definitely got the stop sign.
She goes home, you go home. Do you guys ever talk again?
Zero. I did not hear from her. I
Wow.
certainly did not text her again. But would you agree that that's standard app dating etiquette? Is that if you meet, you're not into it, you just...
Yeah, you don't owe that person anything. You just met them. They're a stranger. You're not ghosting them. It's not considered ghosting, in my opinion.
Thank you.
It's just we went on a blind date, nothing
Yeah, we're
there.
going separate
Goodbye.
ways.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I feel like if you've been on several dates, you've been dating a few months, and like you stop talking to that person, that's ghosting.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're literally just meeting a stranger for like an hour. You don't owe them anything.
How many dates like this do you go on where you are like, it's a one-off and I'll never see them again or talk to them again?
All the time.
Really? What percentage? Can you put a number on it?
Thank you, by the way, for
We think
validating,
he's a failure.
validating everything I've been saying.
We sit here and we're like, oh, it's so easy. What's wrong with you? As people have been in a relationship for 20 years.
Yeah.
I would say anywhere from like 90%. I just don't keep in touch with or don't vibe with.
How many people do you follow up with as friends? Like you and
There's
Seth?
a good handful of people that I'm still friends with.
Wow.
How quickly do you usually know when you sit down across from somebody if they're a 10%er or a 90%er?
I usually know. Yeah, I usually know
Quick.
right away.
It's quick.
Wow.
It's just immediate sparkometer.
I want to hug you, but I feel like it's inappropriate touching.
Wow, Seth, we've had so many doubts about you, but maybe you're more correct
Yeah.
than we thought.
What have we learned? We've learned that Seth is mostly a reliable narrator and
Yeah.
has an incredible memory, which
Yeah.
was very validating to find out. We know that his height is not an immediate.
Turn off. We learned about Mr. Numbers.
We
Mr.
learned
Numbers.
about Mr.
I
Numbers.
cannot wait to move Mr.
Okay,
Numbers myself.
I have a question that
That's the
you
weirdest
guys
sentence
may
of all time.
veto, but the only thing that I don't know still that I'm wondering, and this is the closest we've come to having an answer possibly. I just wonder, is Seth a good kisser?
Oh, okay. Good night, everybody.
Thank you so much, Melody.
Thank you, Melody.